Jasper's Honda Civic SiR. The SiR in our country is actually the flagship car back in the day. It's the only Civic that had a B16 engine in it in stock form. And of course, he owns both cars, the EF and the SiR. And look, don't they look good? Right? And of course, we got a surprise for you guys. This is gonna show you this, the digital gauge cluster from a S2000 he has on his car. Look, on a Civic, this looks sick, right? And of course, your favorite, compression test. We're gonna show you. And because he owns the EF that we featured before, we forgot, we never really compression tested. So here we go. And this is gonna be something that you definitely would like. And so as you're watching this, hit the like button while you're watching. So this way it's gonna be really good at helping the video. So, let's go. Jasper moved here from San Francisco sometime around 2003 or 2004, I think. And then a year after, he bought this. This is actually his first car in the Philippines. So, definitely it's something he's gonna keep for a long, long time. And this is how it looks. And of course, as car guys, he was testing the Sparco NS2 up front and the rear Type Rs at the rear. So, but this is how it looks back then. And it's actually really clean, right? And actually sported the carbon fiber hood, even aside from the trunk. Because, that was the thing back then. But hey, eventually we grow old from that style and we just put it back to stock. Except for the trunk because we need lightweight. And he used to race his B16 back then with me, actually. We were all together with H3. So if you look at the building behind him, that's Clark International Speedway building. It's not even finished, So that's, as Snoop says, DOGG. But of course, Snoop is the original gangster. And that's the trizzle for shizzle. And years after, he finally found the right wheels for his taste, which is an Enkei RPF1s. And actually, he has the black and the silver, so he's trying out both. Hey, we're car guys. We gotta try it all, right? And actually, both actually look good, but I kind of prefer the silver. It looks cleaner and more, exclusive, or whatever that means. And he's trying it both. And of course, aside from doing it our own, the only person I would trust on transmission work is either me or Jasper. Because look, he's actually double checking a customer's transmission. And of course, the SIR is right in the background. It's the inspector, he checks out if you're doing good. So if Jasper's not doing good with the ECU or even transmission checkups, the SIR would actually say, no, not this time. We're not going to go for a stroll or a ride. And sometime around 2015 or 16, he actually bought a B18c Type R engine, a 2000 spec Type R from Ian Reynoso. And of course, everyone would say it's fresh and all that, but hey, we actually think alike. Jasper had it rebuilt by me, so we had to just refresh the whole engine, change new bearings and all that, and valve seals. And actually the head was done as a Type R killer in my book. We poured it a bit, but also included the special 3-angle cutter that we use. And thanks for Prodigy Race Engines from Minnesota, because they are the guys who designed the valve seat cutters. And you can see here, the intake ports, we didn't totally hog it out. And we left the chamber stock except for the certain areas that's good for flow transfer from the intake, then combustion, and then into the exhaust. You can look at it again. See, it looks good, but it's still stock, right? And here at this angle, you can see the bowl is blended quite well. And here, you can see the divider is not totally hogged out. And the header is made by Brodeth, the original one locally that made the copy of the SMSP layout. And here it is. It's this one because the other one is for the sock, or it's a for sock application. So we just took a picture. And obviously here's the intake manifold. We obviously ported the manifold this way. It's gonna perform really good. And we must apologize because when we assembled the engine, we didn't take pictures because we didn't know we're going to be doing this, show you guys. So maybe you guys could bug Jasper ECU later to tell him to, let's start over again. Let's redo this, because when you think about it, or actually if you know, he has an 81 millimeter bore SuperTech high chrome pistons and an extra skunk tooth tuner 2 cam. So hey, that's a really, really good B18C, right? But for now, let's head to his gauge cluster, because I know you guys have been waiting for this. This is his Type R gauge cluster and then the S2000. So hey, this is gonna be awesome. Ooh, it looks good, right? So if you guys like this video, hit the like button, will ya? It helps the video gain more traction, and we'll actually set up the channel for super thanks. So hey, those guys on different countries and whatnot, you can click here for the super thanks. And even locally, you can press the super thanks and it'll just go straight to your Gcash. Hey, you know, it's worth a shot reminding you guys. So let's go. Start up for the gauge cluster. Let's check it out. Ooh, it looks really good. Oh man, oh, that's sweet. Heck, I would run this even though I'm running a single overhead cam. I'll still run this S2000 gauge. Oh man. And look at the RPM. It's perfect for my sock. 8,000 RPM, the red line. Oh, maybe I should ask Jasper so I can borrow this. Yeah, everything works good. Now let's try it again at a night shot. This is actually Jasper's video he took at night. Oh man, Honda did really, really well because the color blue kind of, I feel like it's glaring a little bit lesser, so it doesn't hurt your eyes even if you're driving at night. So this is really, really awesome. And actually, it's a big stage upgrade for a clean look on your car. This is just simply amazing. It actually looks really cool. So yep, this is nice. And here's daytime shot again from all around the car, just to see how good it looks overall. Oh, nice wheels, bro. There's the B18C Type R engine. We walk around. And actually, this is a white original color of the SiR, so nothing's changed. He didn't change the colors and whatnot. But look at the gauge. Oh man, this is so killer. I'm trying not to say bad words so that we not get edited. Whoa. As I said earlier, we built this around 2016 or 2017. So that's between 5 to 6 years ago. So from then on, it was zero mileage. It's beyond fresh. It was brand new, right? So after 5 to 6 years, this is the only time we're going to compression test. We actually drove all the way to Jasper's house for this. So are you ready? All right, let's go. Now here we are at Jasper's place. Look at this, an OG H3 AutoWorks sticker. And I must say, I would rather have him keep this sticker over mine because hey, we came from H3 AutoWorks. I actually have a brand new sticker that I never used. It's just on my desk. I had to show this with respect because we know a lot of people, and some are actually pretending that they're all H3 just because, no one's going to contradict them, right? But if they don't have any of these, that simply means they're all talk. Now, here's the SIR's engine bay. Look, it's actually, it's all stock, right? Stock type R. There you go. And actually, it just needs a little touch up on the valve cover, that's gonna be good. But look, since the E we're at Jasper's, that's the EF. All the beast is sleeping. Well, that's probably because of the gas prices. So hey, we gotta be real, right? But we'll get to that later. Now let's go. Okay, before we compression test, let me just say one thing to clear up, some confusion or whatever. We're doing this compression test just to show you guys. We're not doing this to understand if it's working or not, because all the engines that I've done is working perfectly fine. If you're compression doing a compression test for to see where, you have to do it at least 5 to 6 times, but consistently, 5 to 6 times cranking. Because if you keep clicking, some of them will keep going up. So you have to stay consistent on that. But if the compression and the build is just recent, we what we do is we crank it where it reaches max. Of course, hey, we also want to see if it reaches 300. I'm sure you guys agree. And you can click here for that B20 VTEC that we did that was extremely high compression. And link will be in the description below. Alright, let's go. Here's the engine bay, and look at the SiR, looks really good. And look here. Later, we're going to you. Yes, you. Later, it's your turn. We're gonna compression test you. Let's go. My colleague is doing compression test while Jasper cranks it. And you can see he's gonna say man.
Sige.
Oh, 260.
260? Mataas, 260. Mataas naman. Sariwa. Oo. Sige, men.
Still 260.
Pantay na pantay. Sige.
Okay, so this one is 248 or 247. Let's go.
Sige.
Okay, so number 4 is 250. So we got, so number 1 is 260, and number 2 is 260 also. And number 3 is 248 psi, and number 4 is 250 psi. And this is full disclosure, just in case some of you guys would think that we're only showing our good work or whatever. No, we're showing you guys every single thing that we do here at the shop. This way, you know that honesty is very important to us. So hey, this is what it is. And when you think about it, it's not that bad because it's a 7-year-old engine, and when we refreshed it, we actually did not hone the block or the bore. We just dropped in new piston rings and all that, and then we assembled it because it's a Type R. I mean, I've seen fully built engines with fresh bore and hone, aftermarket pistons and new rings, compression test to 240 on 123, and then just 170 psi on number 4. That's called an inferior build or inferior builder, whichever you want. Now let's head off to the EF. Oh yeah. And this you will see that it's not really such a high compression engine, but it still runs 12 fives. Okay.
Sige.
Seventy to 80.
270. Sige. Sige. Sige.
Now let's go to the cold start of the EF. Oh man, look at the shine. And no alon or wave. And you can click here for the EF's video and we talked about the alon or the wave. Look, it's shiny and good. Now let's go to the SIR now. Start up. Alright, alright. Pretty good. You know, it sounds smooth. Yeah. And here's the interior of the SIR. Look how fresh. It has a Recaro seats, just like his EF. And look, all stock, all clean, all factory. And here's the back seat where his two kids actually sit all the time, you know, whenever they're traveling. Like, this is a good street car, right? And here's the rear glass, the stickers, and look, Honda Civic SIR on BC Racing coilovers. And that's an OG Golden Eagle diffuser. And a little backstory. Jasper was also a member in the Honda Club Philippines forums. His username was Jasp Dog. And this is why I mentioned earlier that, you know, it's an OG, just like Snoop Dogg. So, just in case everyone was wondering why I said what I said, hey, gotta be real. And you know, I can't stop giving credit to Bong of H3 Autoworks because when you think about it, Jasper, ECU later, has always been consistent in reliability when it comes to rechipping ECUs and even repairing ECU boxes. And of course, transmission. And just like we are always consistent when it comes to building good engines, that's because Bong always said consistency is the path to perfection.